In other news, proceedings wrapped up speedily in court this morning when a 20-year-old man charged with murder made his second appearance. This after the decomposing bodies of 6 women were found in a building downtown Johannesburg. Some of the women are believed to have been sex workers in the area. The case has been postponed to the 31st of October for a formal bail application. The state says it's conducting further investigations under the guidance of the NPA. Well, to wrap it up for us this afternoon is eNCA senior reporter Aviwe Mtila. He's back from court. He's joining us now in studio. Aviwe, good afternoon. Thank you very much for coming in today. So, largely, what came out of court this morning?
Afternoon, Bradan. Well, it was a short day in court today for Sfiso Nasib Mkhwanazi, the 20-year-old accused of killing at least one of those 6 dead bodies that were discovered some 2 weeks ago in Johannesburg Central. We do understand, of course, that the matter was postponed for a bail application, which is set for the 31st of October. What was interesting, though, in court, Bradan, was his anger, basically, as we heard from his lawyers, that his father visited him in court together with an investigating officer. The suggestions there is that his father told him and asked him to confess to the murders, and it's something that they've asked as a defense, that may his father not visit him anymore in prison, I beg your pardon. And it's something that the tongue lashing we saw from Betu Kumalo, who is the magistrate, suggesting that this will interfere with the trial itself, where we could possibly see a trial in between a trial. A confession must not be coerced, it must come willingly from the suspect. In fact, I touched on this with the NPA, Pindim Jonanwana in Gauteng. Let's take a listen to what she had to say around this allegation.
Well, we are yet to follow up that information as the NPA, but as for the requirements for a confession to be admissible in court, we are clear with that as the NPA. We know the law, we know that a confession has to be done voluntarily, and it must be done in front of a peace officer, which can be a warrant officer, a captain from the police, but rather we prefer that it be done before a magistrate, so that it can then hold water in court.
Last time the suspect was in court, there was an issue about the ID parade, which was supposed to have happened before the first time he appeared. But now I think it has happened. Any news about that ID parade? How did it go?
Well, it was supposed to happen within the first 7 days after he made his first appearance. That was the initial postponement, which were called back last week, Tuesday, for expecting that it would have been done. But we do understand it hadn't yet been done. The state putting the blame on the accused, saying that he refused, but the defense once again coming out saying that that's not the case. It was supposed to happen on the Friday, was moved to the Sunday, but the person that was supposed to conduct it was in church, something that was a bone of contention then. But we do understand it happened then on the previous Friday, the Friday that we just came back from. 6 sex workers, we were told by them in person that they went there and did the ID parade. 5 of them positively identified and linked Mkhwanazi to the murders, while one said one of her sisters are still missing and the person that left with the sister is not Mkhwanazi. So 5 positive IDs from the 6. In fact, something that we touched on with the spokesperson of the Sisonke sex worker movement. Let's take a listen to what he had to say.
We have arranged a safer space, as I indicated previously, where the police couldn't go to where sex worker stays because of the previous arrests that were happening, and sex workers were scared also to go to the police station. So as the movement, we arranged that rather they come to a boardroom so that they can do their consenting form in terms of the parade, and then after that they were all taken to do the ID parade. And I'm happy to stand here today. Out of, I wouldn't mention the specific number, but there was only one girl who couldn't identify the suspect, but all the others that were in the parade, they managed to positively identify the suspect. As we all know, it's 6 bodies, and it is not yet officially confirmed, but it has come to our attention as the movement that 2 of the women are pregnant, which is quite saddening to hear that also, because from the pictures I also seen at the mortuary, I could, just by looking at the picture from the mortuary, I could tell that they might be pregnant. When I was asking, I was told that no, maybe it's because of the sun, that's why maybe their bellies were swollen. So, but now it has come to our attention that they might be pregnant, but we will wait for the official police report to be launched today.
Okay, Aviwe, finally, what should we expect to happen in court next week, Monday, the 31st of October, when this case resumes?
Well, remember that Sfiso Mkhwanazi is currently remanded in prison at the moment. So next week on the Monday, when he comes back on the 31st of October, he's going to make his official bail application to have him out on bail. Of course, something that the sex workers don't want, saying that they're fearing for their lives as to what might happen when he's out. You do understand also it could be an interesting trial when it goes there, given that there's already even a number of things that we're hearing. Even 2 of the dead 6 women, we do understand, were pregnant.